Brodes Media.
I just can't stop processing what the Sixers did here, and I'm really trying to figure out if it's worth it to jump back in seriously. Like, how should I attack this with my emotions? I don't want to be stupid, you know? And what sparked this thought was I was listening to WPEN. Oh, sorry, WPEN. No. WFAN up in New York, which is their version of WIP, and their midday host is a huge Jets fan, and he was talking about how he was going on a trip with his family. And it was his son, his wife, and his son who's getting into sports asked him when he was driving, are the Jets going to be any good this year? And he says, yeah, they are, buddy. And his wife gives him the tap, the look, like, you're doing this again? You're really believing in this again? And he goes, what? And he starts to rattle off about how they're getting help on the offensive line. And I'm in tears cracking up because he's so down bad that his wife even knows, come on, dude, you're full of shit. I mean, this team is going to get obliterated and probably break you down again. Don't be a fool. And he's getting sucked right back into it. He's probably been saying that to her for the last 20 years in the summertime as the fall season awaits and football gets ready to kick off. His poor son is going to be stuck as if it's much easier being a Sixers fan. And that's my whole point, is I'm cracking up because I'm thinking about it from our perspective here in this city. Oh, dude, you do this every year with Joel Embiid. So is it worth it to dive in? And here's my answer. All right, drum roll, please. Yes. Yes! Of course. Of course. I mean that. All jokes aside, looking at the Joel Embiid era, the 1 year with J.J. Redick, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, that was enough skill level to get it done. The only reason I feel this could be second in line in the best chance to do it all, the only reason why I think this might be a little different is the state of Joel Embiid then versus now. He was always good. This is top 3, top 4 in the entire NBA level of skill. The projection was one day he could reach that, but in those games, when he was still under Brett Brown, he was so raw. You have to learn how to win at a different level in this league, as if this isn't enough to know that. Right? I mean, for as lethal as he is, there are still problems getting over that hurdle. So this Joel is more ready. And we still are struggling, but he is still more ready. I know that sounds outrageous. Seriously, I feel ridiculous even saying that. But if you're working with me here and really following, the pieces line up. I feel that Tyrese Maxey is better than Jimmy Butler was on that team. Jimmy displayed his ego louder. Jimmy definitely has more on the alpha scale. But I feel Tyrese Maxey, and once again, it's not a rookie Tyrese Maxey anymore. It's a Tyrese Maxey sitting in an all-star position already and going to get a fat back $200+ million for this kid. That's sickening. And then he hits the gym and starts putting in the work the day after. A nice little family dinner, a nice little ho-hum. Appreciate you for driving me to practice when I was 2. Here's a cupcake, make a wish. All right, now let's go work on that 15-footer. Oh, yeah, let's go work on my finishing at the rim so when I take on contact, I'll earn free throws. That's the second time in about 3 days that I've mentioned that. So if it's clear I don't have a full focus on one particular growth spot in his game, a lot of that is him just earning more respect from the stripes, but also burying through contact and how he attacks that rim. It could get hostile down there. That's earned some and ones. But anyway, is this version of Maxey better than Jimmy was? Skill-wise, yes. Attitude, no. Yeah. Skill level, yes, though. Tyrese Maxey is different. His numbers that he has put on display here, just getting started in his career, it's magnificent. The one thing I wish that could be different, though, is having a real point guard next to him instead of pretending that the natural position for him is the ball in his hands. There's a difference between being a point guard at the NBA level in fourth quarters of closeout games, not just regular season action. This is the disparity between the league. Furkan Korkmaz can play NBA regular season games. Again, he can make shots and play that up and down pace. That dude doesn't deserve a second of touching the floor in playoff ball. So that's the difference in running an offense as well, running an entire team and running it as the guy with 2 minutes to go in an NBA playoff third round. There's a difference between that and surviving and being okay at it. He's naturally a 2. Yes, you can publish combo next to his name, but he's a 2. If they could get a real 1 next to him, he could even flourish even more. And I'm not Mr. Expert financially, the Sixers second apron and the mid-level acceptance, all this stuff. It is getting wild for me. I'm listening to Derek Bodner, who's probably one of the best in the city at actually number crunching, and you could hear it in the way that he's trying to deliver it to us. Not that he doesn't grasp it. He grasps it, but it is absolutely so ridiculous to try and figure out all these rules and all this new CBA and this. I can't keep track. So just from a let's be in the barber shop, let's put our feet up maybe by the campfire and have a couple cold ones, that type of BS in conversation. If you could have landed a Chris Paul, forget the numbers, but that style of point guard, I would have loved it. Quite frankly, I probably would have leaned into trying to figure that whole thing out. Now, I'm aware that he signed and they're going to expect him to start and all this stuff, and that's fine, but I just think that would be phenomenal. Now, when looking at the starting 5, what do we have here? Right now, they're looking for a 4. I saw that they were interested in Finney Smith. I like that. I like that. I don't know how we ever, by the way. I mean, in what world? How dumb are some of us? There's a debate happening online on if the Sixers should go and grab Ben. Forget the financials. I don't give a fuck if they get. Think about all that cash that man's earning. But I digress. The fact that it's even a thought. Straitjackets. I want the whole city of Philadelphia in straitjackets because I don't know which one of you are that sick or that psycho. Never in my life would I ever feel obligated to call him. And the reason I bring that up is there is a real fear when looking at the starting 5 that they don't have that good of a passer. Joel passes out of a double team. It does result in some turnovers, but he has improved insanely in that area in his game. Insanely. Maxey's okay at it, but they're missing a 4, and they need a good passer. And what would Ben Simmons be when he actually wanted to play basketball early in his career? Ding, ding, ding. Plus, it could help out with size and defense. This guy is a joke. A joke. And there is so much just muddiness I'll try and keep it as PG as I can and as clean as I can. For whatever reason, that's what, you know why? It's because I know I hate him to my core. So, see what's happening? My body is actually shaking. Actually. Don't know if it's the caffeine. Could be. No! No! You sickos!